Maar boer maak 'n plan. The voortrekkers found a little dry riverbed in Natal. They put their wagons in a circle, in a lager. They filled the spaces between the wagons with cacti and thorn trees to keep their cats and dogs in. They picked up their guns, and they sat ready to fight with the Zulus. Do you know the voortrekkers waited for 3 days? Waiting, morning, noon and night, waiting. Waar de donder is die Zulus? Obviously the beginning of African time. Waiting. Suddenly, after 3 days, the Zulus appeared on the hills around Blood River. 250,000 Zulus with their ostrich feathers and rare and protected animal skins and assegais and shields. Imagine 250,000 Jacob Zumas without cell phones. Daar staan hulle almal. The moment the voortrekkers saw so many angry Zulus, the voortrekkers reacted like any normal white South African would in a similar circumstance. The voortrekkers got on their knees and prayed to God. Because in those days, God was an Afrikaner. And they said to God, if God will allow them to win this battle of Blood River against the Zulu nation, that we Afrikaners would celebrate that day, the 16th of December, as a sacred day for the rest of time, which is what we did. Well, till 1994, because then something terrible happened to us. In the Voortrekker Monument. I don't know how politically incorrect it is to even admit how inspired I still am by this great erection on the hill outside Pretoria. This monument that encapsulates so much that is precious in the history of the Afrikaner. And you know, such a wonderful thing happens to us Afrikaners here in this monument on that day, the 16th of December, every year at noon. A sunbeam comes down from heaven, especially for us. And it falls through a hole in the roof. No, it was planned like that. It wasn't built by Indians, it was planned like that. It falls onto the words in the basement in marble that say, Ons vir jou South Africa, we for thee South Africa, every year on the 16th of December at noon. Can you blame us Afrikaners for believing that God was on our side? Till 1994. Good. Ek sal daai dag nooit vergeet nie. Do you know, Pik Botha and I were in the monument on the 16th of December 1994. We were standing and waiting for the sunbeam. No, I lied. Pik had a headache. He was sitting, but I was standing. And we didn't think that the sunbeam would come. Why should it come? Nelson Mandela had already become our first democratically elected leader and brought us all the sunshine we needed. And I remember looking at my watch and it was 12 noon on the dot, and I thought, there's no point in looking up. It's not going to come now. And a little voice in my heart said to me, Evita, kyk op. Nee, Evita, kyk op. Nee. And then I looked up. I looked up, and my heart stopped.
Evita, Evita, and you know what we mean. Evita, Evita, always on the scene. Evita Bezuidenhout, Evita should